Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, The Narcissist Guide. Thank you for tuning in. I hope that you're having a good day. For those of you who are going through healing, I hope that you're staying strong and that you are coping well. Now, in a previous podcast, we talked about the Super Empath destroying the Narcissist. Now, I have to explain that a Super Empath goes through a lot in life. A Super Empath has been through several spiritual journeys in life. They have been through a lot of challenges, hardships, difficulties in life, but they are very strong, okay? They are not weak. A lot of people would say that the Super Empath is weak. A Super Empath isn't weak. Their weakness is actually their strength, okay? A Super Empath doesn't like to be seen as a victim. They are no victims. They don't want to be labeled as victims. A Super Empath is always possible to pull himself or her up. A Super Empath will also help others in difficult situations. If they see injustice or hurt or whatever, they will always try to help someone because they have this very high empathic abilities to pull someone up. Now, eventually, when Super Empaths use Narcissists' major source of power against them, they become formidable characters on their own, steeped in wisdom, okay? Now, the Super Empath can be seen as a very calm, quiet, calculating person and stays under the radar. But Super Empaths go through transformation. The underworld and rebellion are its strong suits. What many don't realize is that it is possible to have these traits without being a pushover. Because an empath can be very assertive too. Okay? Super empaths hate being in the limelight but possess a potent dose of self-esteem and self-awareness. Therefore, they don't need your validation. You may think they do, but they don't. You can tell them apart from their calm, collected, and introverted nature. They are like the ones to sit in the corner and observe people. Analyzing people comes naturally and easily to them. As a result, they do not trust people easily. Super empaths generally have a very good and sacrificial nature. Never wants to inconvenience anyone or start any trouble. They inherently know that their good nature will attract narcissists, psychopaths, and toxic people. Their cold faces that crack a smile once in a while, sometimes combative physiques and quiet mannerisms do the job of keeping away lower range narcissists, sociopaths, and bullies away for the most part. However, the smarter, more discreet narcissist is who they have trouble with. Now, these high-level narcissists have as equally low self-esteem as the most toxic of people, but they are smart enough to fly under the radar by appearing friendly. These narcissists often prefer to verbally abuse or bully the Super Empaths as the main source of their narcissistic supply to mask their inadequacy. Super Empaths, with their sacrificial and loving nature, coupled with a capacity of taking a lot of stress and not reacting to every little slight, become easy targets for the covert narcissist. Covert narcissists know exactly how to push a button of the Super Empath, and for a long time they succeed in doing so. But eventually the Super Empath discerning mind recognizes this behavior for what it is, passive aggression. This is when the Super Empath turns into the narcissist's narcissist. Empaths are rarely, if ever, physically confrontational. They are tactical creatures. They have the ability to soak up a lot of abuse. They laugh and brush it off until things reach a breaking point. And then everything changes. Super empaths generally have the ability to spin things on their heads. This reaction completely shocks the toxic people and tells them who is in charge. The realization of this toxicity is known to put the empath into a state of resentment for the narcissist, quite unlike their primary character. The super empath seeks to destroy the narcissist's entire ego consciousness, which gives them their delusional power, based on their extreme low self-esteem. Narcissists lack the very same empathy that the empath typifies. They associate with people with the sole goal of draining their energy, sabotaging them, and bringing them down to their miserable level. This low vibration state is what the empath fights against. In their plutonic state, an empath thus becomes a narcissist. Mirroring them, the empath becomes devoid of empathy for the narcissist, turning extremely cold and aiming to destroy their fragile egos. Okay, like I said, super empaths undergo many traumas and transformations in their lives, a source of their abundant empathy, and possesses little ego of their own. The death of the ego is an empath's calling card, and from that point onward, they are on a mission to nullify that in whoever they come across. Now, empaths intuitively understand the negativity of the ego, okay? They recognize the human ego is the cause of every single quarrel, fight, war, oppression, abuse, bullying in our world. A super empath reaction to the inappropriate behavior or attack of toxic people is eternal silence. The sooner they can discover who the real abuser is, the wiser they become as a human. The majority of negativity against empaths are therefore projections of the bad things that the person inflicting the toxic behavior did to themselves or the way they perceive themselves. Narcissists and people with some degree of narcissistic tendencies tend to and love to use projection so that they can play victims as when needed, despite being the aggressor. So, super empaths actually have already won the game of life without really wanting to participate in the proceedings. They pave the high road and always walk it. So basically, the super empath is tired now, tired of the narcissist. It can be years of abusive, toxic manipulation. The narcissist always needs the need of help from the super empath. And the super empath can go into supernova as well, okay? And they can cause a narcissistic injury. But at this point, it's just enough. Enough is enough for the super empath. So they will lose a very high potent of narcissistic supply when the super empath goes no contact. The super empath eventually, they will also go through the same the narcissistic syndrome, or how you can call it, because they are in shock. They see the true mask of the narcissist, their true character. So a super empath will also go through a pain period of where they are emotionally all over the place. They have problems with sleeping, insomnia, they feel anxious and they can feel angry, and then they have this feeling of, okay, I want to get closure, but they know that they won't get that closure. A super empath will quickly realize that they will never get closure from that narcissist. Okay, so that was the topic for today, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe to my channel as well on YouTube and like my videos. Leave your comments in the comment box. Thank you very much for listening today, and see you next time.